All right, welcome in everybody to the first matchup of the day between Zack207 and Melon. Melon? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm not sure. We'll have to maybe get clarification on that, but I do have legendary gamer Eden8 in the commentary booth with me. Eden, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Saren. But please can you make my name not capitalized on the layout?
Absolutely not. That is undoable. Out of my
Okay.
range.
Well, so we've got two very good gamers here today, everyone. Me and Saren honestly think that this match should go either way because Mulan's PB is from like January of this year, so he hasn't really been running a lot of any percent. But I think he could get like a good run out and potentially PB. And I think the same goes for Zach. I think his PB now is multiple months old. Um, but I mean, it will all come down to the race itself. So I think there's a lot to look forward to.
True. We do also have the runners in the booth, so we can ask them how they're actually feeling before the race. I guess we'll start with Zach. Zach, how's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I think I can do pretty good in the race, but I'm also prone to playing worse and worse every time I make a mistake. So I'm hoping that early game at least goes well so that I can get a lead. And yeah, my PB's from May by the way. And I've been going for 100 recently and have had some really like mid 100s out of paces out of Metro. So hopefully that will be the case for this run. But yeah.
Very cool. Melon, if that is
Hello.
your real name, how are you feeling?
I probably should have responded until you said my name correctly, but it's fine. We'll go with Melon. I'm feeling good. Somehow I always manage to play better than I usually do during these sorts of races, so we'll see how it goes.
I believe.
Yeah, I also
go ahead, sir.
This is my first tournament race too.
What?
So,
I don't believe it.
yeah.
You have a 101, you've never joined a tournament? That's crazy.
Yeah. Just because of IRL stuff, but
well,
yeah.
I am eager to see both of you play, so if you are ready, go ahead and slap the ready button in that race time. GG lobby, mute your microphones, and we can get underway here. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Don't mess up.
No, it sounds like a good thing to say, like, oh yeah, don't mess up, but at the same time, it just feels really backhanded.
I don't know. I feel like if I don't bully Melon, then he'll perform. I don't know. It'll help him, right? It'll help the nerves.
Yeah. What's your favorite kind of melon, Saren?
Watermelon, 100%, hands down. All other melons are inferior.
Yeah, I mean, I've only really had like honey melon and watermelon before, and I actually had a craving for watermelon last night, but yeah, I haven't
do they call
bought any yet.
honeymelon other stuff? Is honeymelon and cantaloupe the same thing, or are those different?
I think a cantaloupe is different because cantaloupe is like green on the outside, whereas like honey melon is like yellow on the outside.
Yeah, watermelon's just superior. It's got that good texture. It's got the juices. It's got the juice. But both these racers have started up their games here and started up DSTA. I cannot wait to talk about DSTA for the next 10 minutes because it is Cap Kingdom. That's what we got to do.
Yeah. Do you even have a DSTA command in the chat?
No, I've never seen a DSTA command in this chat.
Let's go. No. Personally, I hate daylight savings in real life. I think it's really unneeded in England, which is the country in which I live in. I think it just should be UTC all year round. Sorry, what?
Is that just because there's like no daylight for half the year? Or I don't actually know how the things work over there.
I just think it's pointless because in summer, like the sun will set at like 9 p.m. when like without daylight savings, it could just set at like 8 p.m. You know what I mean? Like 8 p.m. is a plenty good time for the sun to be setting. It doesn't need to be 9 p.m.
Yeah, I live in Sweden, so over here in the summer it's like light out until 11 p.m. It's kind of monka. But we do have both players here headed into the frog room. Zach taking a pretty fierce bonk on that block there, unfortunately. But, you know, first mistake going off here. We do have Zach with a little bit of a lead here as our syncing technology is broken. But, you know.
We'll just pretend that Mulan's ahead for the time being.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that even if you know, the racers are extremely close to the end, we can still check their final timers. So everything is Gucci.
So both failing left side here. Mulan took a bump and then Zack just didn't get enough height, which is a bit unfortunate. But it's okay. Nothing that they can't like recover from. Especially because in Zack's PB he goes for DSS. I don't know if he'll go for it in a race because it's quite temperamental, but it'd be very interesting if he did, because you don't see many runners with like a 101 or a 102 going for like DSS.
Yeah, if we see a DSS this race, something's going wrong for sure. I mean, even in like the league matches, we barely saw DSS last year. I think DSS is just incredibly unpopular in races. It's so unpopular in races that I think 2 DSS is more popular in races than DSS, which is actually ridiculous.
I think it's because 2 DSS is right at the end of the run, and by that point you usually know whether you've won or like lost or not. So whereas like DSS is right at the start of the run, and then like if you go for it but like don't get it, then it just loses more time than it's worth.
Yeah, for sure that. And then I think another thing also is like when you're setting up for DSS, you're like going the opposite direction that you want to go otherwise. So like if you end up missing it, you're going the opposite direction, spending a bunch of time bonking and then having to roll backwards the other way. So going for DSS, it's a little bit risky. So both players probably not going to go for it here. Mulan just skipping over the bridge. Easy peasy. See if both players doing that spin pound.
Yeah. I mean, there's still other tricks to look out for, especially in sand and lake and wooded.
Those are all kingdoms.
Well, I feel like the most notable, like sure later on you've got like
a jerk. I'm sorry.
Like you've got bullet building in Metro, but that doesn't save quite as much time as platform clip does, or like what Lake Clip does. Like, I mean, Lake Clip doesn't save that much time, but it is quite a lot compared to like other things that you can do in late game, especially if you don't do Spiritless.
Yeah, I'm surprised we've seen so many platform clip attempts so far in the tournaments. I mean, we're not even in Division A yet, and we've already seen quite a few platform clips, so we'll see if that forms a trend. I don't know if that's just becoming more popular. Is it still considered to be like kind of like a difficult route? Because I don't know, I feel like the times I have seen it, people are pretty much struggling with it.
Well, I don't think it's a difficult route personally, because to me it's really reminiscent of the old like 1.0 sand route, and it's basically exactly the same thing that you would do, except instead of doing Sphinx clip, you do like platform clip. So I mean, I don't think the route is that hard, and it does save like quite considerable amount of time. Like, doesn't it save like 8 seconds or something stupid?
That sounds like an amount of time that it could save, yes. I know absolutely nothing about how much individual tricks save, just because, like, I don't know. It's interesting because, like, all players are at different skill levels, so, like, one person doing chest clip is going to be different than another person doing chest clip. You're, like, you can't just be like, oh, that person saved, 5 seconds, because you don't know what they were going to do otherwise. And obviously not on chest clip, you're not saving 5 seconds, but...
chest clip is more like 1, maybe 2 seconds if you get like the high warp. Like, so you just saw both runners going for the cliff moon, because like chest clip just loses time if you miss it. Like, there's no merit in trying to go for it. Whereas with like platform clip, even if you like get on the later cycle, I think you might still be able to save a little bit of time, but it's really hard to tell. But yeah, this is the Sang's Kingdom, so hopefully we'll see some seeds growing here. I kind of laughed before the race because Mulan does a 7.5 offset for some reason.
Okay, you're not allowed to tell me that I've ever bullied Mulan. You brought up the 7.5 second offset like 3 times now. I like, why is that so weird? I don't know. Seems fine.
Because DSTA is a really lenient trick. Like, I don't think you have to do like 0.5 of a second to make it work. Like, I think just doing -8 would be plenty. That's why I just found it funny.
DSTA is cool. I think maybe if I make it past round 1, I'll kind of try hard a little bit and learn DSTA route. Seems worth.
I think DSTA is worth even if you don't do it like the automatic way. Like if you do manual DSTA, I think it's still worth doing.
Yeah, just
because that's what I do in my PB.
I tend to agree. I'm just kind of a boomer, and I did like the old school Sphinx route forever, and now I've forgotten what I even upgraded to. So I might as well just learn it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many stand routes that as a beginner, it's weird.
Okay, that was a hot backup. I'm not gonna lie. I would have definitely fallen there, but Zack is a superior gamer, managing to back that up, knowing what to do, how to keep himself on the wall, make that dive back. Let's see if the bullet bill jam will work for him. Mulan, unable to nab it, gonna be climbing up the icicle.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Zack getting it.
Yeah, and you can see how much closer they are like now. Because like missing that gem strat is it does lose quite a bit of time. But notice how Zack broke the crate but didn't get the moon. We're gonna see the platform flip attempt here from Zack. Since he's doing the late crate route, that's it, your 1.0 favorite sand route, late crate.
Late crate.
Yep. God, I'm such a boomer. I remember when late crate was a thing, and then I think 1.3 came out, so I don't think it lasted very long.
Yeah, back before 1.3 came out, I was still in my SM64 elitist, I will never play SMO phase, and then I started watching SMO, and then my brain broke, and now I play SMO. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, SMO sucks.
Yeah, I hate that game. There's too many pixels. I'm scared of it.
Looks like Zack's an okay platform cycle here.
Oh no.
Oh no, he didn't get it. Looks like he's gonna try again.
Alright, second try is pretty good.
Yeah, I thought he might have been dropping too early there, but nah, he still got it. But you can see even with the like retry, it doesn't look that bad. Because like I say, I think even with one retry, it still saves time over like going to the Oasis area. But we'll be able to see once Mulan warps back to the ship.
Yeah, I think Zack even like caught up a little bit here, perhaps. Either that or stayed even with that missed attempt there. But I guess both players had their own faults. I mean, Zack had a little bit of issues making it up on the archway with the platform clip, and Mulan having some troubles just making it up to that crate moon. But either way, both players out of sand, not too damaged.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 10:42 for Mulan. I say 42, it's probably like a late 42. And then a 49 for Zack. So seconds in it. But it's gonna be interesting to see if Zack goes for late clip. I don't know too much about like the tricks he goes for, because the only frame of reference I had was his PB, which doesn't do late clip. But if he knows it, he could very well attempt it and try to save some time.
I think both racers will go for late clipping it at first try. That's my prediction.
I disagree. I don't think Mulan will go for late clip. I know you're probably saying it sarcastically, but
I just believe in
Mulan.
the racers. I honestly don't know Mulan's gameplay that well because I guess that's kind of a lie, but I've only seen really Mulan running all moons.
I think he's doing it to spite me. Look at this.
Let's go! Okay, Mulan going for it and Zack not going for it. So both me and Eden are wrong, but Eden was more wrong, so I take the W here, I think.
No, Mulan just did it to prove me wrong.
I appreciate it, Melon.
Yeah, Mulan is confirmed hijacking the race. Although, to be fair, he does have the VC deafened, so I wonder if he's watching on the restream.
That would be kind of weird. Intentionally listening with the delay.
That.
Well, yeah, I mean, watching the race is one thing, but if you're in the voice lobby, like, you might as well not have a delay and then game audio doubling. That would drive me nuts.
Oh yeah, that's why it's so annoying for me, because the way that my capture card is set up, the only way for me to listen to it is by OBS, and then it's 2-second audio delay.
Oh, you could probably fix that. There's a few ways you can monitor audio in OBS, and some for some reason are scuffed for only some people. I don't know. I haven't really figured it out quite yet. I need to get more into the OBS tech support.
I just run without audio when I play Super Metroid because I'm a gamer.
Speaking of OBS tech support, if you are in the 70-star open or the SMO any % open or any future CCG event, make sure to get your tech setup done ahead of time, because man, it helps so much make the races go on time. It's so useful when everything is just in the right spot off the bat. Huge appreciation to everybody who gets set up ahead of time. Very cool.
Alright, so Mulan leaves with a 38, I think I saw, and Zack left with a 47. So that's 2 seconds saved on Mulan's side just from doing late clip. I kind of mentioned earlier how late clip doesn't actually save that much time, and that kind of just shows you that it doesn't, but those 2 seconds could come in handy later on. Especially because we're about to see Wooded Kingdom, and I was a bit confused because Mulan's PB doesn't do tree route, and he kind of explained that as oh, he didn't want to learn new things for that PB, but we might see tree route here from Mulan, and we're definitely gonna see it on Zack's side. Oh god, I think you can hear Source 28 through my microphone. 1 second.
I cannot hear.
It's just my icon was lighting up, and I was like, uh-oh.
Discord just does that. The mic sensitivity settings in Discord are default incredibly scuffed, so unless you specifically tune it to your microphone and your voice, then it's just gonna light up randomly, and that's fine.
Alright, I've turned my sensitivity down, so hopefully nothing leaks out. This looks like a pretty good nutclip attempt. Never mind. Mulan's gonna go for the backup route, which loses around 28 seconds.
Oh, both of them missing it.
Yeah, it looks like Zack just wasn't close enough to the wall at all. So yeah, getting that tree moon was quite handy, really, because otherwise you have to go all the way back around for that moon. But yeah, getting it early definitely was useful in this scenario. Oh, I see. Infinite saying that he might have gotten a flip back on his controller, which makes sense because he had some controller issues before the race and had to switch last second, so that can definitely happen on a controller you're not used to or one that you haven't used in a while.
Yeah, pro cons, any controller really. I mean, people will complain about any controller that they play on because they're just made of plastic. They're gonna wear out. No controller's perfect. It's unfortunate. You just gotta buy a new one every once in a while.
Oh my
What
god,
is
both
going
of
on?
these runners messing up on this nut moon. Like, I was expecting it to be perfectly synced right then and there, but both of them fell down. Alright, I think you can still barely hear Souls 28 Desert Range.
Hopefully he doesn't say anything incriminating.
I mean, he's doing his own thing, so. Oh no, is that taking a death?
Oh no.
Going for the backup. Nice. The flower road skip from that platform is quite awkward to do, and it's quite lucky that the story moon gives you a checkpoint, because otherwise you start all the way back at the wooded shop. And yeah, unfortunately taking another death right before the tower room. What?
I don't even know what to say about that one.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I know he said he had a little controller drift, but that wasn't drift. That was just like a demon possessing the controller.
Demon drift. Oh my god. Kind of true though. That was definitely extremely far out there, but I mean, we are still in Wooded Kingdom. We are still young in the race.
Yeah.
If we were in Luncheon, I'd be a little bit worried, but you know.
Yeah, I do have to commend Mulan for that fast pipes though. I mean, apart from not getting nut clipped, this wooded went pretty well for him.
No, I'm pretty sure that Zach is on a Pro-Con. If Zach was on a Joy-Con, he would have a great experience because Joy-Cons are the greatest controller known to man. You can hold them in two hands separately. Like you can like wave your you can like wave your arms around while playing. Like put them behind your back.
But yeah, Mulan leaving with a 35, so unfortunately Zach's gonna be quite a bit behind leaving Wooded. But Mulan could die 10 times in Lost, we'll see.
Chad, just wait till you see my amazing gameplay on Joy-Cons. Wait till you see my no spin pound gameplay, and then you'll be converted to Joy-Cons. You'll be like, wow. I know I've seen Hey There Cool run on Joy-Cons. I know I've seen Fur run on Joy-Cons, but this Serenmu guy with his no spin pounds and long jumps definitely show me the light. Alright, so Cloud Kingdom, Bowser has a lot of hats for some reason. He likes to throw them at you. I don't know why he doesn't use the one with boxing gloves for every hat, but you know, whatever.
I can't swear, can
I? I mean...
No, I was just gonna call Bowser a certain word for not using like the boxing gloves on every single hat. I think he's too cowardly. There you go. That's a fun, family-friendly word of the day.
Indeed. Yeah, we would never use bad language on this channel. It's a very family-friendly stream, right?
Yeah. So what's your favorite part of Lost Kingdom, Saren?
The whole thing. I think this tree is the best part that Mulan is interacting with right now. It's very predictable and works how it should.
Yeah, the hitboxes on the leaves are probably the worst thing Nintendo has put in this game, apart from like poles.
I don't know. I think like logically, you know, you're walking on a tree branch, you would definitely just fall through a certain part of it, even though it seems solid. Mulan
Yeah,
trying to get some quick photographs in, maybe gearing up for the next Cool Cat Gang screenshot contest. Pause champ.
could you imagine the screenshot content?
What? What's wrong with the screenshot contest?
I don't know, it's just a very funny concept.
Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm gonna run a screenshot contest just for Eden. And Eden, if you don't join, then I don't know what to say.
Can we do a clips contest? Because I have a great clip, and it's actually right in Lost. Because you know where the like flower garden moon is? I like
Lost?
yeah. Like you don't see it in any percent, but you might do it if you are like a bad runner like me. And I essentially clipped through the wall because I
Oh
was
yeah,
like
I've
doing
seen that one.
fast speed. Yeah. I think no one can top that clip, honestly. Also, Mulan not doing a cage triple, instead doing for stone cage. Yeah, the casual corner clip. Metzi knows what I'm on about. To be fair, I could probably put it in chat as well, just for a bit of content. Oh no.
Alright, so we are rolling into Night Metro on Mulan's side. Zack just wrapping up Lost Kingdom here. Gonna skip over the triple jump part of Cage Triple. Respectable.
Oh my god, it's been like a year since that happened to me.
Wait, that was a year ago?
Yeah, December 18th.
Oh wow, I thought that was like an ancient clip.
You calling me ancient?
Well, I mean, if you're playing Super Mario Odyssey, then I guess if that was ancient, then you must be like even older than ancient, right? But no,
wow. That's fricked up, Saren.
sorry.
I come on comms, I do it for a good time, and you insult me by calling me old, because I am above the average age of the Odyssey community. What the heck?
I mean, the average age in the Odyssey community is like 15, so...
It's always been 15, I don't think it will ever change.
No, someday, like, this game will be extremely old, and then only old people run it. We'll all be like 30 and 40 running Super Mario Odyssey. That'd be great.
Eden, what did the dinosaurs look like? What am I doing in Cascade Kingdom?
Yeah, have you ever watched that Tyrone 18 guys stream?
Yeah. Anyway, we kind of just glossed over the whole of Night Metro, but every time I'm on comms, I have to make a point to say how much I hate Night Metro and how hard it is, despite it looking incredibly easy.
Zack is just having a really hard problem getting any sort of quick turns on his joystick, it seems like, and this is not a lot of height, but enough to clear. Scary stuff all around from Zack.
Hold on, someone in chat is disagreeing with my predicament. Day Metro is harder. No, Day Metro is harder to like optimize. Yeah, I'll agree. But Night Metro, from like someone learning the game, it's so hard to do like all the like cool stuff. that you've seen speedruns. Mulan getting an okay wiggler pattern. He just missed that one last one, and the hitboxes are terrible.
Oh my goodness. I just looked at my Twitter, and literally every post is people's Twitch recaps. That is crazy. Make sure to go on Twitter right now and post your Twitch recap. We can blot out the sun.
I posted my Twitch recap earlier.
That's powerful. I think I had 7,000 hours watched on my Twitch channel, which, rest assured, I did not actually watch 7,000 hours of Twitch. I just had tabs open for that long. It also says I gained 7,000 followers this year because it apparently counts follow bots even if they all got deleted. So that's good.
Yeah, mine says it gained 900 followers, but I think it's just total followers that you had when they made the recap. Because I have 920 or something.
Well, I only have like 2,000 total followers, so I definitely did not gain 6,000 at any point in time. But anyways, Twitch might not know how to do statistics, but Mulan definitely knows how to do this clip here. Oh my goodness. Scoop clip, first try. Can you believe it?
It wasn't drive-by though, so it didn't look completely cool.
Cancelled.
Cancelled for not doing drive-by, what the heck?
No! A catastrophic meltdown from Mulan. Absolutely cannot stop capturing the cone. Just needs that cone in his life. Okay. Perfect. I don't know why, but I have like the hardest time ever talking to this guy on the bench. I just like land on the bench and then Mario will just stand around like a doofus for like 10 years. Not do anything.
Yeah, because Mario is rude. He doesn't actually want to talk to people on benches.
He just wants their money.
Why? Because he's homeless?
Wait, Mario's homeless? Is that canon?
I mean, maybe he's a plumber and he never seems to be doing any work.
What are you trying to say about plumbers? Plumbers, that's a respectable profession, okay? They make bank.
No, I'm trying to say, like, he's always in video games, not fixing pipes, you know?
True. Okay, yeah, true.
He's always goofing off, collecting moons. Alright, you see Mulan doing early musicians route here. I think we can expect to see Zack doing bullet bill route, maybe. He might decide to not do it though, seeing how bad his controller has been, but he was definitely practicing bullet bill room. Sorry, bullet building before the raid. Exactly, Stealth. You understand.
I don't know. I mean, it depends where he's trying to buy a house. Like, if he's trying to buy a house, like, out in the Mushroom Kingdom somewhere, I'm sure it's affordable. If he's trying to buy one in, like, New Donk City, then, like, you know, no chance. But, I mean, it's all about how you know, deal with what you got, right?
Chat, if you could buy a house in any Odyssey Kingdom, which kingdom would you choose?
Am I allowed to answer?
Yeah, you're part of chat.
Okay. I don't know my answer yet. I have to use my brain.
Metro, Moon Kingdom. You can't even breathe on Moon Kingdom. You need to wear the astronaut suit at the whole time.
Mario can breathe on the moon, so I mean everybody's on the
Because
moon.
Mario's not a real person.
Are none of the people? Are you trying to tell me that all of these characters in the Mario game aren't real people?
Yes.
I can't believe this.
Can I breathe on dark side? No, for the same reason I have just discussed.
Alright, I definitely wouldn't live in Luncheon. I definitely wouldn't live in Ruin Kingdom. Actually, Ruin Kingdom would be kind of sick because he would just. Well, there's not really any buildings, I guess.
You'd have a dragon's like corpse at your front door.
I mean, the dragon's not dead; it's still alive.
It's gonna
just
die
tired.
eventually.
It's just tired. Okay, this backup from Zack is pretty sick if he can nail it. Unfortunately, not nailing it there. Just gonna go ahead and warp.
Can I breathe in the Cloud Kingdom? Yes, but you might need oxygen tanks to help you breathe. Just like if you climb up like Mount Everest.
Speaking of Mount Everest and temperatures, it is extremely cold here. I was told by my family that it was going to be okay though because it was going to get above freezing soon, and I looked at the weather report and it's supposed to become 1 degree sometime next week, so I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait for the heat wave. I'm stoked. I don't know how winter is treating everybody else, but...
It was -4 like yesterday, I think, because I had to de-ice my car at like 12:30 in the afternoon. It was crazy.
Nice. Yeah, that's always fun. The best is when you like have to be somewhere and you just have like a layer of ice on your like windshield. It's like cool.
Yeah, speaking of ice, we're in the Snow Kingdom.
Oh my gosh, yes, totally planned. Perfect segue. Great job.
I think it's supposed to snow this weekend, but it's like sleet snow and not actual snow.
That's the worst thing. Like when it's like cold, but then there's no snow. Because like snow's cool. It's like it makes everything pretty. You could like throw snowballs at stuff. It makes funny noises. You can build snowmen. But like, yeah, no snow. It's just cold. It's just miserable.
And no, I'm not a huge lover of snow because like I live in like a hilly area and my roads never get like cleared of snow.
Yep.
So like my school will be like, oh yeah, by the way, we're open, wink wink. And then it'd be completely impossible to get to school. And then it'd be like, oh well, your attendance, sorry about that actually.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah, you didn't risk your life to come to the establishment, so you're just gonna have to get in trouble now, poggers.
I have a story about it, but I'm not gonna explain it on comms because I think it will take like 5 minutes. So instead we'll marvel at the fact that Mulan attempted to go for the clip through the wall, but missed it.
And I gotta say, I am a big fan, however, of Snow Kingdom. Snow Kingdom is fantastic. It has banging music. It's got Chivarians in it, which are probably the best, like, cast of characters in the entire game, in my opinion. They're round. They're very cool. They make funny noises.
See, I don't like Snow Kingdom because it's got so many story moons. Like, I wish there was a bit more diversity in terms of moons that you can grab in any percent. And also, it's kind of painful in a Talker 2%, because you can get, like, snow outfit rooms so easily. And then it's just, like, dies of cringe. Yeah. I lose so much time in Snow Kingdom, even when I feel like I play well. That's exactly how I feel about Snow Kingdom. Like, it's impossible to be green out of snow. Oh, green on your gold. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know, I feel like a lot of places in the run feel like that, like, Seaside, I feel like it's quite hard to like play close to your golden Seaside because there's so much invisible time save. Like Ruin Kingdom, just because it's so optimized and so short. Cat Kingdom, I guess. But just like the smaller kingdoms that, yeah, kind of sucks.
And I gotta just kind of go off on a tangent here and just give a compliment to Melon for once, and just say that he has extremely consistent gameplay. I think all of the like All Moons gaming really helps out because, like, you know, going to any percent, you know, maybe you don't grind it a lot, but just having really consistent movement is extremely important. And like, I'm having a hard time thinking of like anything that went like terribly wrong for Melon this run. Like, I can't really think of anything.
Nutclip.
Yeah, but like that's just like a okay, we missed Nutclip. Like it's not like, you know, like, oh, I just dived like crazy in the wrong direction or like bonked somewhere stupid and like fell all the way down. Like
I
don't know.
mean,
You
he
can't fault
went on the
someone for
moon
this.
and footed and fell down, but that doesn't lose that much time. But a lot of the things that he's done, I think because he doesn't go for the crazy stuff usually, like he doesn't usually go for like
Oh,
flip and
what?
got it.
Dude,
But he
Zach
still-
just rolled over that gap. That is so scary. Why? Does that even save
Did you
time?
not know that you can just roll boost over it?
I mean, you can roll boost over a lot of things, but that doesn't mean I can roll boost over a lot of things. Like, I see people roll boosting over the fire in the Bowser fight. It's like, how do you do that? Like, I don't know.
Because it's like one pixel in height.
Yeah, but it's
Like
scary.
the fire in the Bowser fight is not
know-
that like big.
Do you know how hot fire is? Like, it's pretty spooky.
Yeah, but the hitbox isn't like wide at all. Like it only looks scary. It's not actually scary. Like that's the beauty of Nintendo games. Unless you're playing like a really old like NES or SNES game, then be afraid. Be very afraid.
Alright, well, hopefully Zach does not fail Snowjam or forfeit. That would be very sad. Alright, good. Poggers. Forfeiting
That
is very
means
sad and
leave
not
it
cool.
around.
I do not like it. It makes me very sad. Then I have to put up, like, Squirrel Cam or something.
Yeah, then we're both commentating one runner, in this case Mulan. Who wants that?
I don't know if anybody was watching the race yesterday where we had a cartridge tilted SM64 and we just started watching random streams on the second perspective because they went offline. And I was tired of looking at, I can't remember what their offline picture was, but it was like the Grinch Piccolo or something like that, and I just couldn't handle it on the screen anymore.
Oh, Mulan's attempting fish dip. Let's go. He got it.
Oh my god.
Hopefully he doesn't go back inbounds. There we go. Nice. Look at that.
I liked yesterday's 70 race. I think that was a good time. Ooh, Melon saving that clip. A rare Poggers save, perhaps? A rare... I did a good job and I'm going to save, and not like, oh my god, I'm so angry, I'm going to save the game footage to watch it back later. You'd love to see that.
My favorite is like whenever Mitch would stream and he'd take a bunch of like photos and then you just see in top left folder like, your storage is full or something.
Yeah, your storage is literally full of just a million screenshots.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, getting fish clip Mulan, absolutely shocking everyone. Flawless
Getting
fish.
2 fish clips
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
seaside. God, I was gonna comment on how like new like like platform clip is, how new fish dip is. Fish dip is probably like a year old. Like I think it was October 2021 or something. It's crazy.
This game is old at this point.
No, it makes me like
It's
feel so old. It's crazy.
It's over 5 years old, right?
Yeah, 2017 it came out. Chat saying it happened precisely on the 4th anniversary. Yeah, but did you guys see the tweet where someone found fish dip accidentally in like
Yeah.
casual playthrough, and that was like 2 or 3 years before it got discovered? Like to the day. That was crazy.
I think there's some sort of conspiracy there. Need to look deeper.
And I think people were just looking through like the hashtag glitches tag and stumbled across it like happening. But yeah, I do wonder how many things like casual players have found in Odyssey and we just don't know about it.
Imagine if there's a way to skip the moon cave sequence on Moon. That would be so sick.
I'm really bad at picking up on sarcasm, so that took me a second.
I just thought you were gonna react because it was a bad joke, which would have also been totally fair.
No, I'm just bad.
Mulan doing Spiritful, extremely disappointing. Mulan, if you're hearing this, we're all pointing and laughing at you for not doing Spiritless. Come on. It's a beginner strat now, right?
I mean, I wouldn't expect anyone with a 102 to do Spiritless.
I expect everything from Melon. I expect the world.
Like, I mean, he did Late Clip earlier, and I don't think Late Clip is at all necessary if you have a 102. I know people have definitely done it with 102s, like Sauce28 being one of them, but that's because he's a freak. That's right, you can clip it and send it to my boyfriend calling him a freak.
I can't agree with that statement. I don't know Source well enough to bully him, so I'll just have to defend him and say he's a wonderful person. Very good at the video game.
He basically implements everything as soon as they're discovered, except for Spiritless Luncheon.
Has Source been playing SMO? I thought he kind of like retired, low-key.
Well, yeah, but I think he's a true SMO Frog at heart. Yeah,
True.
he does have a 101, but he did Late Clip, like, when he got his, like, 102.24, was it? Because he had that PB for a while.
Source has a 101, but had a 101 before it was cool. Like, had a 101 when it was like, you could have a 101 and be in the SMO 90% league.
It's crazy how top, like, 50 and nearly top 100 isn't even, like, 101 anymore. It's baffling.
I mean, every single person in the league is guaranteed to have sub-hour this year. Every single person in Division S has sub-hour this year. And that's just in tournaments.
That's cringe. I hate that. I feel
How is
so
it cringe?
old. Because back in my day, sub-hour was a great achievement.
Hey, at least, you know, the game's still popping off. I always say this, and so I probably sound like a broken record, but I definitely think that this is like, we're still very much in the golden era of Super Mario Odyssey. Like, anytime where any percent in the game is like, you know, there's some glitches, there's some stuff we're skipping, but like, there's nothing like crazy groundbreaking. We're not like running in circles around a pole and then throwing our cap at a wall like 17 times and then warping to the end. So like, we're in pretty good shape. Like, anytime your any percent category is like a fun category that people like to run, as much as people will say, you know, oh, any percent's cringe, you should play Darker Side or World Peace or whatever. Any percent's sick in this game, and I will defend it until we find some ridiculous moon skip.
Who the fuck is playing World Peace? Sorry, I just
Wow. Can't hate on World Peace like that. World Peace is dope. I did a run of it, and I have like a 2-hour and 30-minute time, so I am 100%. I am 100% qualified to tell you that World Peace is super cool.
World Peace is not super cool when you have DSS, IP clip / IP skip, and then like you have to reset those over and over before you can even get to like the quote-unquote good parts of the game, because there is no good parts of the game in World Peace.
Oh, come on, you beat all the bosses, it's dope.
No, because Cookatiel sucks.
I'm gonna host another World Peace tournament before I host a Darker Side or Darker tournament, or Dark Side or Darker Side, just to spite everyone.
World Peace tournament makes way more sense than a Dark Side tournament.
Nobody likes Dark Side or Darker Side in tournaments. It's weird. Everybody will like talk about how great the categories are, but then the second you're like, oh, we should run a tournament, people are like, nah.
Yeah, but Darker is really hard in tournament format because you're committing to like 3+ hours off the bat, plus like people's PBs will just be like really far apart.
Yeah, but I mean, people run any percent tournaments of games that are like 3 or 4 hours, so I don't think it's that ridiculous.
Yeah, but you couldn't do like a best of 3.
Oh no, of course not. Absolutely not. No.
I mean, that's why 20% and World Peace are like the main SMO tournament. Okay, Talkative and Bingo as well. But like in terms of vanilla, yeah, like
I'm gonna be really honest. Like, The only time, like, the only thing that makes, like, best of 3s and 5s cool is it makes the players play longer. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a best of 3 or best of 5 and been like, oh man, the fact that this is a best of 3, like, changed the outcome. Like, this person made a, like, 2-0 comeback. Like, I can't think of a single time.
I mean, I'm used to best of 3s and, like, randomizers in Super Metroid, and that's really interesting because, like, obviously best of 1, you might get, like, unlucky with the randomizer seed. But best of 3, like, is really interesting to watch.
Totally. I think part of the reason I probably feel that way is because there's just not a lot of best of 3s in tournament plays, like, because you usually only reserve it for like the finals, and a lot of oh my gosh, these dives from Zack are painful. Like, the first one, I was like, okay, this has got to be something going on with like Zack's mental, but like that's like the 5th time I've seen Zack just dive the opposite direction that he was going.
Yeah, it's the controller for sure. But yeah, we're in the Ruined Kingdom. Honestly, I think Ruined is way more boring than, like, that kingdom.
Yeah, that's why it is now the ad kingdom, so that I can play ads through it, so that people will complain about ads.
Oh yeah, this is where we do the shoutouts. Is there a sponsor for this tournament?
Yes, the sponsor is the chat. Thank you for being here. Shoutouts to the chat. You guys are awesome.
Is it just runners?
There is a runners command.
Yeah.
I made it runners and racers so that nobody can mess it up. It's impossible.
Yeah, I just did !R and messed up the messed up the whole system.
Sag.
Yeah, chat, you should follow the runners.
Can we get some ad complainers in the chat, please? Can we get some question mark ads in the chat? Why are
I mean,
there
Zack
ads?
just put 4 ads. What? Yeah, so many people complained about ads on, like, an event that I ran, like, a month ago, because my ads are scheduled, like, once every 20 minutes, and I'm just there, like, I don't care. Like, the amount of money I made was, like, worth it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I could not run ads, and then I would never be allowed, or never be able to run another tournament again in, like, 6 months. So I think it's better that I just run ads and try to run some super badass and cool events. I think that's a better outcome. Because there are things like Twitch Turbo and subscriptions, which are pretty cool.
I mean, I just use AdBlock, so...
Whoa, that's illegal.
Yeah, I mean... if AdBlock didn't exist, maybe I would just pay for Twitch Turbo. Because that makes no sense.
The thing about ad blockers is, like, I feel like they just always break, and, like, I just can't be asked to, like, figure out what ad blocker is working. So, like, $10 a month for me is, like, a no-brainer. Especially for, like, you know, when you, like, raid somebody, you just have no ads. It's just so nice. I love that. I hate, like, raiding someone and then you go into their channel and it's just like, I have ads. Please act surprised later. Like... But anyways,
Yeah.
we are in Bowser's Kingdom. Now that we're not in Ruined, we could probably talk about the game. I think there's stuff going on.
I don't like the game.
Oh yeah? Did this game, like, do something to you?
I've always complained about this game. Like, I don't know. Even when I, like, ran it for a little bit, I never liked running this game. It just tilts me so much. I think it's because I have really terrible depth perception, and I don't like Bowser's Kingdom because I just find the mech fight hard. Like, I mean, people find it easy, I guess, but I just can't do it. It's ridiculous. But I do like a lot of the speedrunning strats in Bowser's, like when people do birdless shards, that's great, but like birdless mech. And then if you watch 12 captures or min caps, then you can see the like clip in the wall. What's it called?
Did you say min caps? Don't say min caps around anime. We will not hear the end of it. It's gonna be like a entire monologue in the chat. Yo, there it is.
Nut job.
It's a dangerous phrase to say when anime is around.
As much of a meme min caps is, I do like the tech. Like, I think it's super interesting.
No, yeah, totally, definitely a cool category. I just have to give anime a hard time.
CRCs. CRCs are probably the worst thing, but I can still kind of respect it. Alright, Mulan not doing birdless shards. SMH. No, Zach, we saw your death in Ruined. We just opted to pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, we're just trying to help you out, Zach. Definitely not the fact that I've been up for over 24 hours and I'm just barely able to remain conscious and talk about video games.
Why haven't you gone to sleep?
Because I've gone to sleep at like 8 to 10 a.m. for the past week and a half, and I haven't gone to the grocery store for like 4 days when I've like desperately needed food. So instead of eating like plain rice and like beef with no sauce, I decided to go to the store today.
Well, why didn't you just deliver like your groceries? Like, that's the thing now.
I live in the middle of nowhere. Oh my gosh, Zach getting the worst dive back there. That was almost dangerous. Okay, this is not
honestly,
happening.
Tokyo's been here make it worse because they cause more input drops for some weird reason. I think there is an actual reasoning for it, but I don't care to know what it is. Alright, well, I won't pretend to know what the reason is.
I just personally don't care. I try to learn as little knowledge as possible.
Mulan tried doing a facade bomber. Oh, so we still call it that, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Oh, he's trying it again? Oh, this one was pretty good now.
Such a cool strat.
Yeah, it was like crazy when it first like came out as well. Yeah, I can't believe people wanted to call it Nut Tap. Like, what kind of name is that? I don't understand.
Wait, people wanted to call it that?
Yes! Yes, they did.
Huh. I think Fish and Dips is a terrible name.
When was Sabumba even discovered now? Don't say it was 2 years ago, because that will drive me nuts.
I think that was like 4 years ago.
No, shut up, Sarah. I know you're joking, but shut up.
Yeah, I definitely think that they should have called Fish and Dip Wilco Clip. I mean, it is definitely called Wilco Clip, sorry.
I think it was 2 years ago. No, because that would have been it came out just after.
I think it was 2 years ago because I remember Spezzy doing it in a tournament, and I think it was in 2020 when we did the sophomore freshman tournaments. Yeah,
but 2020 is when 58 happened, and it didn't happen before 58. I know this for a fact.
But when did 58 happen? In
like October 2020. No, I did not have it in 2020.
Oh no!
My brain.
You did.
Oh. I hate this game. Why is this game like this? I don't like it anymore.
You're literally aging in the call right now.
Oh, yeah, now that he said 2019, I do recall it happened like a few months after 59, because, yeah, 1.3 came out, and oh my god.
Can we just say that Mulan is absolutely blasting through this mech right now? Like, this is pretty sick.
Yeah, Mulan's doing pretty well, but it will only matter if he gets target acquired.
Zack also doing pretty well fighting through the controller issues. Unfortunately, just They're really adding up. Like,
I'm sorry, Mulan. I'm sorry. It wasn't commentary to curse. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you would say that Mulan's doing good. Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
It's all your fault. I definitely had nothing to do with this.
Well, somebody tried green.
Mulan! What the heck? Okay, that was like some wild flicking right there. I don't understand how that worked, but alright.
Alright, well I'm gonna try and find out when Sarbomba was discovered. 1 second. Okay. I think April 2021 is the first mention of it in the BTT Discord. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not quite 2 years old yet, but it will be very soon.
Excellent.
No, that's not excellent. That's literal troll despair.
I literally just said words. I don't even know what we were talking about, to be honest.
Damn. Are you gonna go to sleep after this?
Yeah, in like 5 hours, yeah.
Sarah, oh my goodness.
It's okay, I only have to commentate maybe one more match, and then I'm just gonna sit here and watch video gameplay for like 4 hours. And maybe stare at some spreadsheets. Oh my gosh, Zach, unable to grab the wall there. The Pokio gonna have to capture another one. Oh my goodness, going sideways. Zach, what is going on?
Damn, I don't think I've ever seen a sideways action there before.
That was pretty wild to look at. Yeah, Mulan's playing pretty sick.
There's no way Mulan was that close to PB. He missed Nutclip. There's no shot.
Mulan does not run a lot of any percent and is pretty skilled at the game. I would not be surprised if he managed to play pretty close to PB even with missing Nutclip.
That's because Mulan's a gamer.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that
never
was
mind.
perfect timing. Grabbing these rocket flowers is like the hardest thing in the game. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I can't do it. It's impossible for me.
Yeah, I can always only like grab one, and it's usually the left one.
Really? I grabbed the
Yeah.
first one and then I can't get the second one. Mulan, there's no way it's gonna happen. Okay, unfortunately, I am correct. Just gonna go for the standard 2 wall jump.
God, one more jump Mooncave skip does not phase me anymore. It used to be so sick to see it. I even remember like Taran killing like a world record run to it once. I don't know what his PB was though. Maybe like going for first 57.
Their smile and optimism gone. No longer impressed by speedrunning tricks. Sag. Wait, what happened in the Speed vs. Jambo match last week?
I presume maybe Jambo or Speed missed the one more jump. Maybe died. And then the other person won? I don't know.
This is sounding like a chat GPT, like, what happened in the Speed vs. Jambo Super Mario Odyssey League race?
Oh, 1 hour, 1 second. The only thing more tragic than that is seeing like Lil Curb's 1 hour flat.
Yeah, the 10001 was so tragic. Like, to get that sub-hour in the race would have been so legendary. Mulan having to reset the Bowser fight there. The fire cycle, that's kind of frustrating. I don't understand why he does that still. People explain it to me. I probably don't listen very well, and I still don't understand how it works.
Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to describe.
You know when like Bowser's spitting the fire in the circle and then it'll just like randomly like stop and then like jump and then like start shooting fire again?
Oh, that's okay. So yeah, Bowser, yeah, like Dan, like what Dance's trying to say is like Bowser only like breathes fire in a specific bit, and then if you go beyond that bit, Bowser will like jump and turn around and stuff. And loses sometimes, so you obviously don't want that to happen. So that's why you see speedrunners just going like.
That's what I thought, but like I don't know. I feel like sometimes I just stand still and he still does it, but maybe I'm just being an idiot. I'm probably just being an idiot. Hello, King Bobby Bob in the chat. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you for being here. King Bobby Bob.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Mulan doing 2DSS for the content.
I can't believe Mulan did not get Bouncy Bowser skip there.
Oh my god, don't call it that.
Why?
Okay.
It's just, that's what the trick's called. I don't know what else to say. Because you're bullying me. Because I like Bouncy Bowser skip.
It's a bad name.
Alright, we are headed into the cat jam sequence. Put your cat jams in the chat. If you put a Pepe D in the chat room, you will be banned as always. But other jam emotes are of course accepted. Mulan.
Why can't we put Pepe D?
Because that emote's banned.
Why?
Because it's ugly and stupid. I don't like it.
You gonna ban me, Saren? Huh?
Maybe.
Damn.
I don't think I've ever followed through on my like threats of banning people for putting Pepe D in the chat, but I do feel a lot of unhappiness in my heart when I see Pepe D, so
You can just blacklist the word Pepe D.
that sounds complicated.
Okay.
Mulan, you gotta kill the pillar first. Okay, there we go.
I don't think I've ever seen someone get a pillow before, I'll be real.
He thought he got it, and then he didn't get it. But he did get a victory today, clutching out a win over Zack207 with 103.37?
It's literally his PB, but 1 minute later.
That is true. If he just didn't mess up all the things that he messed up, then he would have PB'd by like 2 minutes.
5 head.
And that's what matters.
If he just didn't lose time, he would have PB'd.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to see the end of that. But we will see both racers coming back into the lobby, hopefully, for some interviews here shortly. Pausers.
Pause champ?
Pause champ?
Oh my gosh, is that Melon V44?
Oh my god, it is!
Oh, that's huge. I'm a big fan.
I'm not.
Wow, okay. Yeah, what do you want me to do, Eden? Just leave?
Maybe. Anyway, how do you feel about your run, Mulan?
I cannot complain.
You could find something to complain about. Come on.
There's always something to complain about,
You
obviously.
missed that clip, right? That's one
Yep.
thing.
There were a couple of mistakes that I think with some more derusting can easily be avoided. But I'm very happy with how I did.
I'm also very happy. I think you did a great job. Zach, can you hear us?
Oh boy, yeah, I can hear you.
How are you feeling? It seems like your controller was just being really not nice. I mean, I saw you dive in literally the opposite direction of where you were facing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. That was like 20 times that happened. I just think it's really funny how, you know, I spent like the last, like, as soon as I signed up for the tourney, I just like practiced. I didn't even do full runs like I normally do. And I've been on like 1:20 best possible time out of like day metro before. So I shouldn't even have the PB I have. And then literally right before the race, my controller is just like, yeah, this button that you use all the time, let's get rid of that, so I have to get my other controller. I did not realize how bad the drift on my other controller was, because I haven't used it in a while, but it was a lot worse than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, why did you switch controllers? Sorry.
Because my ZL button like wouldn't process on my other controller, and now that I think about it, now that I realize how bad the drift was, I probably should have just dealt with that and just had less mistakes because of it. But I didn't think I'd be able to play with not being able to use my ZL button because I'm just so used to it.
Yeah,
But
probably gotta invest in a new controller, but I appreciate you sticking out the race, you know, giving it your best
Yeah.
effort, just unable to make it happen, unfortunately, and, you know, Melon, moving on to the next round, that is pretty cool.
yeah, GG Melon, you played well. I'm always gonna wonder
GG.
how much closer it might have been if I... But like, I don't really know how well I played in that race, because all my mistakes seem to be influenced by my controller. Like, I missed nut clip. When I, like, jumped into the nut the second time, Mario just jumped, like, and faced towards the wall, which is not where I want to be when I'm in the middle of the rhythm, so I couldn't get nut clip. So that was, like, that even influenced that, so... Yeah, it was just a mess. But yeah, GG.
Yeah, GG's.
You did well. 103. What do you got? Like a less than a minute
Okay.
worse than a PB?
Yeah, about a minute.
Okay, that's good.
Very, very cool. All right, well, we do have to get set up here for the next match, which is set to start in 1 minute, which will not happen, but we'll do our very best to get it here in, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes. We'll see what happens. But everybody, thank you for watching. Make sure to follow the channel. Make sure to follow the racers. Make sure to, yeah, just stick around, because we will be back with a lot more Mario content. We got, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 more hours left today, so stick around. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.